Alright, I took the Obliterator physical damage as added chaos build, and I granted it 2 actual good wands. Now I can do a little bit better damage and a little better clear, so now it's actually kind of an okay T16 farmer. Bossing, not so great. Now I could do some gem swapping and put in the greater multiple projectiles, which is going to improve my clear. But I really hate gem swapping, so I'm just going to keep the Withering Touch in for the extra damage and to keep my Wither at 100% chance. Only using 1 Ming's Heart, because I feel I'm a little too squishy with less than 1400 life. Same gloves, same boots, same helmet, same amulet, and this ring is pretty hot ring. Triple res, non-channeling has reduced cost, physical damage, regeneration, everything this build needs. And the same belt, same jewel. Passive tree, we got this bad boy right here. This is the most important node in the game. If I take this node away, I have far lower than 50%, and right now I got a lot, 48% to 49% of life. This is the node that everyone needs to focus on, that bad boy right there. It doesn't bother me in the slightest that I have it pathed over to just one little knife node here. One little itty bitty life node. It doesn't bother me at all. It also doesn't bother me that I have no life leech, so I have to take this node because that was just an oversight on my part. These 2 nodes, I am not bothered by them at all. They don't irk me. They don't do nothing. This is how I'm pathed. +3 to chaos, unholy might, whole wand setup here with additional projectiles. This is for my stun shenanigans, which I have right here. Stun shenanigans. A little bit of poison, but I'm mostly getting this for the attack speed. The poison is just a nice to have. This is for the chance to poison, and I could re-roll this if I really wanted to, but I'll keep that on there. I mostly want this to be a physical damage build, not a poison build. A lot of times I roll this off and put it there, but I might as well put this on there. Get a little poison prolif. It might help a little bit with clear, especially because I'm not going to be using greater multiple projectiles. So let's go ahead, take a look at that. We'll do the Shaper Boys. We'll do a full set of the Shaper Boys, and we'll see what it looks like. Now, I'm running the movement speed flask. Normally, I would run a armor flask of some sort to get me a little bit tankier because my armor is not the best. 6,000 armor, 60% physical damage reduction. You can get worse than that, but it's definitely not the best. I'll take a few of those, but for the most part, I'm going to try to not grab any of the red boys, just so you can see a more clear picture. Because you could take the best build in the world and grab the wrong red or blue node, and the build just falls apart. And I'm not a reader. I don't know how to read. Reading is for fish and suckers, and sucker fish. So I don't do none of that reading business. Got a nice little sigil on cast when stun. Got the curse on cast when stun. I'm mostly doing the sigil. I think it reduces damage. I read it once and then I haven't read it since, so maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Who knows what it does. I mean, I tried to put Ancestral War Chief on a wand build, not knowing that it didn't work because I've never built a wand build until today. And today, I mean, you know, this build specifically. Who knows what days are nowadays. You know, work from home, so I don't even know what day it is today. Never leave my house, play video games, go to work, play video games, go to work. And this may sound like a complaint, but I absolutely love it. Best damn lifestyle I could think of. I used to have to leave the house to go to work. But them China boys, they created a goddamn gamer paradise for us shut-ins. People who don't like people. Never have to leave the house. I was pretending I was afraid of COVID the entire time. A couple friends or family was like, hey, you should come over. I'm like, oh, I'm very afraid of COVID. COVID's totally going to kill me. So I'd use that as excuse. I still use that as excuse. Fuck that shit. I ain't leaving the house. I am not leaving the house. I'm staying indoors. I'm playing video games. I'm getting paid. It's a good life. It is a very good life. I could have went a little faster, but I was bullshitting. Talking some nonsense. I guess the gym swap isn't too bad. I typically absolutely hate gym swapping, because if you're swapping gyms, you ain't playing the game. But since you gotta drop a portal in case you die, the gym swap really isn't too bad. So I'll put on a greater multiple projectiles and then do a gym swap for the next boss. As you can see, boss damage, not so great. It might be better if I stand on him. Maybe the projectiles will hit him a bit more. But I don't think I have the defense. Maybe I have the defense to be kind of a badass and just stand on him. But this damage is unacceptable for the price point. Someone commented that I should use spells. I wanted specifically to use wand attacks because I've never done that before. But I imagine Exsanguinate or Reap would be just as strong, if not stronger. And by just as strong and if not stronger, I mean it's definitely going to be stronger. Spells in this game are a bit on the jank side in comparison to attacks. Get them wither stacks, get them wither stacks, yeah. Get them wither stacks. Oh yeah, this is way too long. My guess is I need chaos penetration or minus chaos resistance. Or just more damage, hard to say, but it can clear it. And those are more difficult bosses. Regular I guess I'll have to run a regular T16, won't I? Regular T16s are a lot faster than that. And the regular T16 bosses go down much quicker. Let's try some greater multiple projectiles. I don't really think these projectiles overlap very well, which is why I don't really typically run greater multiple projectiles for whenever I have a boss. And because I have Delirium on basically every map, oh yeah, I want that extra chaos. Basically every map, I had to put freeze immunity on a flask, which is right here on my crit flask, I think. Yeah, chill and freeze immunity. I didn't want that. I wanted something better, but without it, whenever they do the big chill beams, I die instantly. Get frozen. I thought I was getting perma-stun, but I was getting a combination of stun and frozen, which ain't a good combo. You see, if you're diligent enough, it is a fast mapper. I'm not a diligent player. I don't play very efficiently. I don't play very fast. But you put this in the hands of a good player, man, they could probably go pretty quick. Obviously, an int-stack wander and basically every other wander is going to be better than this chaos poison wander. In fact, if you turn this into a straight poison wander and did a bunch of the damage over time stuff, you're probably going to do quite a bit more damage. But I wanted a big hit. I wanted a big old chaos and physical hit, which I kind of have. It's a little bit of a big hit. 11,000 chaos, 5,000 physical. In terms of T16, it's smooth. Well, you'll die from time to time from big one-shots, but it's pretty few and far between. I was able to get to 38% experience relatively quickly, and I'll probably be able to level up again while at, what am I, level 93? Level up to 94? Any build that can get you to 95 reliably, I consider a T16 viable build. And reason 95 is that's when the experience requirements really hit the roof. In order to get beyond 95, you gotta have quite a bit of survivability, because it's like 10 maps or some shit for 5%. So you gotta be able to run 20 maps without a death in order to level up. Which is where, I would say, which is where when you go to POE in the engine, you look at their level 100 builds, you're able to find out which builds have the appropriate level of tankiness, but a lot of people do like 5-way experience farming type strats to get to level 100. I don't really know how people get to level 100. I've never gotten to level 100. I think 97 is my highest, because I like to do new builds and doing the same, grinding out the same builds. Well, I guess some people do this for like their job. This is their full-time job, so they can play this a lot longer than I can. So getting to 100 probably makes sense then. And a lot of people are serious. I'm a clown, so people are more serious with their gameplay. And it makes sense to be level 100 if you're more serious with your gameplay. And those last few levels are shockingly powerful. You wouldn't really think so. Like, oh, it's not that big of a difference between level 95 and level 100. But those 5 skill points towards the end, each one of those is going to be dynamite usually, depending on your build. Oh, Sag just got dominated and wrecked. That's a pretty good little playstyle you can do with this kind of a build, where you circle the boss. I'll give it a shot. You kind of circle it. Where do you go? He teleported. It's kind of almost like a Spectral Helix build. You spin circles. You don't get hit very often. And if you click close enough to your character, you fling your spells around in all directions. Oh, I forgot to do Vol Haste. And see, when you hold still like that, you get chanked. You get chanked. Chank. I don't think there's any extra damage mods. I think he's just doing physical damage, which is made my build weak. But let's take a look at some of these mods. On here, burning ground on death. That doesn't mean nothing. That mod didn't do nothing. And what other mods do we got? Monster Life. Yeah, see, there was no extra damage. So physical damage is a bit of a kick in the junk. But you can fix that by just throwing in an armor flask. You can get rid of this one. The problem is these are just really good flasks. I need this for the burning. Well, I need to get rid of burning somehow. Ignite kills this character instantly. So I have an ignite. I have chill. And the movement speed, because this is supposed to be a T16 farmer. I don't know which one's faster, the grid or multiple projectiles or the damage. I think the grid or multiple projectiles is probably faster for the thing. And I probably could put Barrage on instead of Withering Touch. Barrage is probably more damage, especially because it'll attack faster and give you more Withering stacks. Getting it closer to 16. I'd have to hit some, I have to do more testing and do some POB. But this will be my last video on this kind of a build. I am going to revisit my Cyclone build. Cyclone Shockwave. I'm going to get rid of General's Cry, and I'm going to make Shockwave and Cyclone do the most amount of damage I can do. And by most amount of damage, I mean most amount of cooldown reduction. I did the cooldown reduction Cyclone Shockwave build on a Saboteur, and I felt those nodes weren't perfect, so I'm going to do it on a Scion, and it should be much better on the Scion. I'm going to lose 15% of the CDR, but what I gain with that 15% loss should overpower the 15%. This is a smooth mapper, though. I mean, it dies to the, whatever you call the Shaper bosses, the Elder bosses, pretty easily, because those bosses do a lot of damage, and my life is so gimped out here. But if you're not doing those, if you're not doing Guardians, it's a pretty fast and fun playstyle mapper. Obviously, as I said before, the int stacker is much better. Fucking, I hate strong boxes. I don't know why I run maps with strong boxes. I don't know why I click on strong boxes. I've never had any good loot come from a strong box, ever. Except for maybe the special strong boxes. I just die. And we know I don't want to read. We know I can't read. Do I got damage mods? Spell suppress. No damage mods. Vol Haste is pretty lit for this build. Vol Haste with the combination of Vol Clarity. You saw me hit that Essence. I hit Vol Haste, Vol Clarity, and I was able to attack super fast without any interruptions. It's pretty great. I showed the wand nodes, right? We got physical conversion to chaos. We have crit chance. We have physical conversion to chaos. We have crit chance, and we have precision buff. That reduced accuracy doesn't really have an impact, so it's just a really nice main hand critical strike chance. Gets up into the 90s. 96.96, so basically 100% crit chance. I don't know if he's getting hit with multiple projectiles. I don't know how this works. It seems like it's doing pretty good damage with multiple projectiles, but let's throw on Withering Touch and see what kind of... see if it's better. In fact, I don't need to move with this build. I can just stand here and do this. Yeah, it was definitely better with Withering Touch. I think I'll just run Withering Touch. The extra projectiles are sweet and nice, but I really hate gem swapping. And since Withering Touch is better for the boss, I'm just going to leave Withering Touch on. I really like physical and chaos damage, and I kind of hate elemental damage. I don't know. Maybe the extra projectiles do more damage. The sigil's kind of hot. Cast when stun is kind of hot because it triggers so much more frequently than cast when damage taken. Whatever you got in your cast while stun, it's going to trigger so damn much. As you can see, I'm cursing and I'm throwing the sigil down. Okay. Why are you saying you're special? I don't have the trade up. Oh, level. I don't care. You're not special. You think you're special, you're not. And if it is worth a lot, no one tell me because I'll be sad. I'll just keep it. And now we're doing the Bull. Yeah, that should be fine. Kind of inflict exposure, monsters poison on hit. Unique bosses are possessed. That will be interesting. The hardest of the bosses is now possessed. So I imagine we're going to be seeing a death or 2 or 6 here, but you will not see more than 6 deaths. That I can promise you. A little sparse on the mob density. Don't want either of those. And you get really good off-screening with this build. You hit people, maybe that's why the density looks low. I'm hitting people from everywhere. I'll take that one. Make the boss harder, and it's probably a mistake, but whatever. Mana burn is a bitch with this build. So are those little lightning balls. They do a good little stun lock. in terms of what the build is lacking, I think I only have like 6% recoup. Need to get to at least 20, so I don't have enough recoup to sustain a lot of damage, but it'll sustain enough to when I get low, I can run away. But once I get low life, I can't just hold still. It's not a tanker. I just wasn't able to squeeze in the recoup. Recoup's kind of hard to fit in with all the other stuff I'm doing. So the recoup is an area where you can improve. Obviously maximum life. You can drop Ming's Heart, but Ming's Heart is actually a lot of damage added with this build. A lot more than you would think. It's like 72% more damage. Oh, I didn't get my Vol Haste up. Sad. And we'll see if I can do a possessed thick boy. I doubt it. Oh, he's getting melted pretty quick. But yeah, those hits are gonna kill. Probably shouldn't have done a possessed, but we'll see. Maybe I can try some ranged combat, even though this guy is terrible for ranged combat, because he's gonna go underground and just instant. I didn't even. Maybe the rocks killed me. Well, there goes my chance to level up again. Don't go underground, you asshole. Yeah, I think the rocks are just one-shotting me. Let's pop on. Where are ya? Let's do my armor potion. Reduce mana cost. Let's get rid of movement speed. Oh, I'm so slow. So slow. See if that armor helps. I probably wasn't even popping any of the auras. I really hate dying for the auras. I really hate auras in this game. I mean, they just need to stay. I mean, I got them. I guess if I was a better player, I could have gone deathless. These are usually pretty good. No good nodes. And I guess I'll do a regular T16 just to show a little bit of what a standard T16 is going to look like. I'll keep that one in case I want to do some kind of rarity shenanigans. Identify this, see if I can get some CDR. No CDR. Yeah, I can get a free divine on that when I re-roll it, if I ever choose to. You're destroyed. There we go. Alleyways will be fun. Oh, look at that, they're like cloned. Both are too low though. 55%. We ain't need that. We ain't need no 50. There we go. 94%. Let's throw some sex on it. Yeah, I don't read them. And let's do multiple projectiles. I won't need Withering Touch on T16s. Oh, let's go back and get my movement speed flask instead of the armor flask. And let's put these two next to each other just so they look cool. Actually, I want them over here. They look better over there. There you go. It's important how your flasks look. Makes a huge difference on the build quality. If your flasks are set up all janky, you know, in the wrong slots, ain't gonna be good. It's got some good clear for T16. Every now and then you get a fat boy like this who's going to be a little more time consuming. It's a quick, if you ain't picking up loot and you're just blasting through trying to get them divines. Oh, this guy's stubborn. What have you got? Evasive. That's probably what's doing it. Should just skip these blue guys. Makes things so slow, and I got all these good shrines, but I goes 24 simulacrum stack 'em. See a little bit weaker on the boss side. Not too weak, but a little bit more damage would be nice in order to make this a very nice T16 farmer. But that was pretty good. That was nice and quick. It was zippy. Quick and zippy. Just like a T16 farmer should be. I think most of that's just because of the Pathfinder ascendancy. Pathfinder ascendancy with the movement speed flask. And my movement... Oh, that's not even my fastest movement speed flask. I have another movement speed flask that has the movement speed with movement speed. Yeah, right there. 12% movement speed with movement speed. Instead of... What is this one? Increased armor. See, I can go faster. I don't need that armor increase. Let's do one more and go even faster. Let's make Sonic proud. Yeah, let's throw that in there. We won't need that. What map's gonna be good? Race course. Obviously, race course for racing fast. That is what we need. Let's pretend I know the alphabet. Race course. Cannot leech. Don't like that. Yeah, should be fine. Negative resistance isn't nearly as bad because I am doing Divine Flesh. Not a huge amount of Divine Flesh, only to 83. It's only... my timing for this potion is like perfect. Because right when it runs out, it triggers again. And when I'm actually fighting, if I have the flask... Oh, I no longer have the flask, so it's going to be less than perfect. But there's one where you get a flask on crit strike. So this has like 2 to 3 seconds. 2 seconds probably, where I don't have it on. But if you get the flask on crit strike, it'll keep it procced at all times. And that's given me my max chaos res. All damage can't ignite. I've put on too many damage modifiers, so I gotta play this map and not get hit. Oh yeah, way too many damage modifiers. Gotta not get hit. Best builds in the game, don't get hit. Let's get more. Let's go crazy. Stacks on stacks. Normally I just run one side then the other side, but I want to get that shrine, that juice, pump up my res. Oh, these bosses are gonna kill me. I'll let them kill me. Yep. Knew it. Knew it. Added way too much damage on that map. And let's finish it off. Ooh, breach. This build's really good for breach because you can move so quickly, you can get all sides, and you're just throwing bows across the entire screen. With all that movement speed, it's a pretty good mapper. Again, the int stacker is a better mapper, and going jug might be better, but Pathfinder is really strong. I really like that the projectiles shoot behind you. If you take a look and you shoot forward, you're kind of blasting on all sides. It's just so strong for mapping. I don't fully understand how it works on bosses. I don't know if the projectiles can only hit once per projectile. I should throw Spectral Throw on here instead and see what that's like. Spectral Throw might be better than whatever this Kinetic Blast? Kinetic Blast. Kinetic Bolt subs. I think in order to make Kinetic Bolt work and feel good, you gotta really stack the spell damage plus physical damage. Let's deeps check. Let's do a deeps check. Let's get my Withering Touch on. I need to run more blue. I'm running out of my deeps check. The deeps check boss. I won't need that movement speed flask. Let us put on... Let's put on the Bottled Faith. And yes, my inventory is a little chaotic, alright? Alright. Leave my inventory alone. Not terrible. I just feel like he went underground a little sooner than he should have. I have no clue how to get him out from underground. Is it a timer? Does he just randomly do it? Can I survive it? Nope. Oh, that was awesome. That was the perfect death. Made the poison go away. And like always, he drops no loot. He exists for no purpose other than to test your DPS. And that is it. Now it's time to try a new build. Hope you guys enjoyed.